Hello and welcome everyone to another Alpha Math video. In this lesson, I'll be teaching you the method of completing the square. This method allows us to solve quadratic equations and rewrite it in a way such that we are able to interpret key features of any quadratic function or equation. Now, let's have a look at this example. We have 5x squared minus 30x plus 25. Step number 1 would always be to factor out the coefficient of the squared term. So in this case, we'll be dividing by 5. And so that leaves us with x squared minus 6x plus 5 equal to 0. Now for step number 2, and this is going to be a very important step, I'd like you to rewrite the expression, but leave a space next to the x term and next to the constant term. Okay, we're going to fill in something there. Okay, but we need to keep in mind that whatever we fill in has to be cancelled out as well. That's why I'm opening up two spaces. So on the one end, I'll be adding something. On the other end, I'll be taking that away again. Now, in this empty space, I'd like you to add half the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x is 6. I'd like you to add half of that and then square it. Do the same thing for the other side, but except this time you're going to subtract half the coefficient of x and then square it. Now negative 3 squared is just 9, so I'll be replacing that with a plus 9 and a minus 9. So step number 4, the first three terms of the bracket can be factorized and the last two terms of the expression can be simplified. The factorized form of x squared minus 6x plus 9 is simply x minus 3 multiplied by itself. And the simplified version of 5 minus 9 is negative 4. Then we distribute the 5, multiplying it with the bracket and the negative 4 to give us 5 multiplied by x minus 3 squared minus 20. So now this is the form that they typically want of you if you were working with a quadratic function, say for example. But if the goal is to solve x, then we can simplify this even further. Start by adding 20 to both sides, then divide by 5. If you take the square root, then 4 becomes plus or minus 2, and finally adding 3 to both sides gives us 3 plus or minus 2. Therefore, x is equal to 3 plus 2, or x is equal to 3 minus 2. And your solutions will be 5 and 1.